Hi guys, this video is about getting richer harmony if you're stuck in a diatonic world of the 7 diatonic triads. To help you do this, what I'm doing basically is extending my diatonic harmony with secondary dominants, related 2s, and sub 5s. Okay, and here's how to do it. The first step is you start with your diatonic triads. And notice the following. You can do this with a piano, it'll help you see. C major has its natural G7 dominance built into the scale, but the other scale degrees, D minor, E minor, F, and so on, don't. So what you do is you add a dominant chord to resolve into each of these chords. It's easy to find if you're on D minor. The secondary dominant is A7 because your bass goes down a fourth. It's really simple. And you make it A7 and it resolves. If you want your dominant for E minor, you just go down a fourth to B7. If you want to resolve to F major 7, you go to C7. If you want to resolve to G7, you do D7. If you want to resolve to A minor 7, you use E7. Really simple. Okay, and the sound you get, if I play it super simply, is 1, 5 of 2, A7. D minor, B7, E minor 7, C7, 5 of 4, F, D7, resolve to G7, A minor, E7, resolves to A minor 7, sorry, B half diminished, back to C. So essentially we're dealing with C major 7, 5 of 2, A7, D minor 7, 5 of 3, B7, 3, 5 of 4, C7, F major 7, 5 of 5, D7, 5 of 6, E7, and back to D minor 7. Now here's some better exercises to get you sounding a little better using these things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use drop 3 voicings. And I'm going to play all my regular chords in root position, like C major 7, B minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor 7, B half diminished. Okay, so this is, I guess, pretty straightforward. And what I'm going to do is for my secondary dominants, which are the leading dominants into diatonic chords, I'm going to use dominant chords in first inversion, which look like this voicing, like A7. See, it's in inversion with a C sharp on the bottom. And this will give me this leading tone, which is going to be chromatic. So I'm going to get a chromatic bass motion like this. C, A7, D minor, B7, E minor 7, C7, F major 7, D7, G7, E7, A minor 7. And this of course gives me a lot of melodic possibilities. B7. Okay, and I work these into songs. So the first thing is I play it very purely, and you can see the chromatic bass. Okay, let's call this first exercise all diatonic 7th chords in drop 3 root position and all secondary dominants in first inversion. It's a really good first exercise. If you'd hear it in a classical context, you'd get a really rich sound. Right, it's really pretty, and it's been used for many centuries beautifully, I think. Now here's a second thing you can do. A very, very natural substitution for a secondary dominant is the diminished substitution. And what I actually mean is if I want to play A7 going into D minor, it's quite easy to make it A7 flat 9 and lose the bass, and you're really stuck with a diminished 7th chord, this voicing, from the 3rd of that chord. And this sounds classical and cool because it gives me that right now they're all diminished substitutions. Which are, of course, movable by thirds. And it's kind of a cooler way to make these dominants. And check out how pretty this becomes if I use the same idea in a minor scale, C minor. Now my G7, back to C minor, first inversion. And now I'm using that C7, but I'm going to use E diminished 7. F, 4th degree. Now 5 of 5, D7, but I'm going to use D F sharp diminished. So I'm getting this beautiful five of 4, 4 minor, 5 with a G, D in a bass. Okay, so these types of motions, using secondary dominant and diminished, get beautiful bass motion, and that really enriches the progressions. So here's what I would do now. Imagine you have a concept of these new possible chords. First of all, I check out simple songs like the Beatles' Something, and try to explain all the secondary dominants in these kind of songs. And then here's a second very cool trick you can do. You can add to each secondary dominant it's related to. So instead of just playing A7, I'm going to add a related to it, which means just a 2-5-1. Instead of A7, E minor, half diminished, which is resolving like a minor 2-5, which is 2 half diminished, 5-7. And now I'm getting this. Okay, so what I got there is like an extra satellite chord, which is the E half diminished, which helped me reach my 5 of 2 in a more subtle way. Changing the bass also makes it pretty. So now I have 1 related to 5 of 2, 2, related to 5 of 3, F, and for my F, 2 minor 7, and for my G7, it won't work because it's a dominant to a dominant, so I'm skipping it. And for my A minor, I have B half diminished, the diatonic chord, E7, 1. And the progressions become very logical. 1, related to 5 of 6. Passing chord, 5 of 4, 5 of 5. Again, 1, 5 of 2, 5 of 3, 5 of 4, 4 minor, can't resist, 3, okay, so that works as well. So the second trick is take your secondary dominants and add related twos. Now the third and final trick for this video. You can use sub 5s, which means that instead of playing A7 as a way to go to D minor, you can use a sub 5, which is simply a tritone from the A7, but same quality, 7, so it's E flat 7. This substituted by this, and now I get this. E flat 7 to resolve to minor. Or let's do 503. What I did there, as I played C major 7, instead of going to E minor 7 from B7, I went from F7. So you can really practice this by playing 1, sub 5 of 2, 2, sub 5 of 3, sub 5 of 4. So essentially I'm just practicing really playing a sub 5 before each chord. That really helps. And then the craziest thing is you can add their own related twos like this. So this related to okay, you can get these really, really richer harmonies by adding all these things together. So let me summarize the main points. Secondary dominants are dominants that lead to diatonic chords that are essentially, they always have a leading tone to a diatonic, but they are not fully diatonic because they have some kind of leading tone that's not from the scale. And you practice them in drop 3 using dominance in first inversion. And then you add related twos. And you can use the diminished substitution. All these devices really help me write richer songs. So I do hope they help you as well. Thank you for watching.